Right, so welcome to day one of the first day of the rest of your strongman life. Now today is a specific push day, specific press day. Later on in the session, once we've gone through your mobilisation and your activation exercises, you're going to move into your log press and into your strict log. Now before we do that, this is going to be the format for every session you're going to do. You're going to spend 10 minutes mobilising and activating some of the key muscles. Now this is different to stretching, so many of you have probably done stretching before you've trained. You've probably spent inordinate amounts of time going through various stretches to try and open up your hips or open up your back or open up your shoulders. And I'm here to tell you that that's probably erroneous. That's more likely to cause injury as opposed to prevent injury. Because when you stretch, what you find happens is you elongate the muscle, which reduces its force production. So instead of stretching, we're going to move into something called mobilisation, which is moving the joints. As the joints move better, the muscles elongate, so you get that elongation in the muscle effect like you get from your stretching, but the onus of the force, the onus of the movement is directed at the joints. Now from an overhead position, what we're looking to do is obviously create a nice controlled movement, keeping the rib cage down and being able to get our arm directly over our centre of mass so that we can create maximum power and strength. Now in order to do that, what we're going to do is go through three movements. We're going to do a thoracic mobilisation using a foam roller, we're going to do a dead hang using your chin up bar, and we're going to do a YT3 Face Pull using a light resistance band. So this is piece number one. This is your thoracic mobilisation technique. Now using the foam roller and positioning the foam roller where you'd imagine your bra strap would be if you wore a bra, we're going to bring our hands onto our shoulders, and essentially we're going to start from the bra strap region and we're going to just roll from side to side. Now you're going to spend about 5 seconds there before you roll up and repeat the same process. Now if your thoracic spine is really stiff, what you can actually do is grab yourself a small weight. This is a 15 kilo plate. Pop that onto your chest, again starting at that T7, that bra strap region, and then roll from side to side to release that thoracic spine, that segment of your thoracic spine. Move up, roll from side to side, and again you're going to repeat that process all the way up to the top of your shoulder blades. So this is the point where you're going to need thoracic mobility to be able to get into good position to overhead press. So that's piece number one. So piece number two is your dead hang. This is where we're going to start to create better overhead movements, create some space in the shoulder joints and work on our bracing. Now the things to think about in here, when you're overhead pressing, we want to try and minimise your rib flare. So whilst you're doing your dead hang, I want you to imagine keeping your rib cage down, keeping your abdominals tight as if someone was about to punch you in the stomach, so that as you're hanging from the arms, you're maintaining your spine in an organised position. Now, if we can, on your chin up bar, try and make sure that you're adopting a neutral grip. So we're mimicking the log press as closely as we possibly can do. Taking hold of your bar, feet stay on the floor, rib cage down, stomach tight, imagine someone's going to punch you in the stomach, and then you're just going to allow yourself to hang in this position. Now you're going to spend 60 to 90 seconds hanging in this position, keeping the rib cage down, keeping the stomach tight, feet resting lightly on the floor. That's piece number two. So, final piece now, we've moved on to piece number three. So far we've mobilised our thoracic spine, so now we can get into an overhead position more easily. We've done our dead hangs, which is basically opening up the shoulder joints and created a position where we can get directly overhead as opposed to trying to press out here because your shoulder joints are so tight. The important thing now, before you move into your specific warm-up for your log, is now activating the muscles around the shoulder blade. Now this is your YT3 Face Pull. Using a light resistance band, and this can be progressive, so as your strength increases each week over the next 4 weeks, you can use a heavier resistance band. For the time being, we're going to start on a red one. We're going to concentrate on perfect execution, making sure that we're keeping the spine aligned, the rib cage down, and the abdominals tight, as if someone's going to punch you in the stomach. So your Y position, T position and your 3 position. These are done in succession, one after the other, slow and controlled, really trying to focus on squeezing the muscles between the shoulder blades. Not over retracting, but trying to recruit all those muscles from there. Now if you couldn't see that, you've got Y, T, 3, obviously with the resistance band, T, and then 3. You're going to do 2 sets of 10, and then you're going to move into your specific warm-up for your log.